Some artists make noise, others make history. No controversy, no constant talking, no desperate need for attention. Just music, consistency, and impact that echoes across the world. From Ojuelegba to global domination. This is the story of Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, better known as Wizkid. Ojuelegba, where it all began. July 16, 1990, a child is born in Ojuelegba, Surulere in Lagos, a place known for hustle, for chaos, for dreams that either rise or disappear. Wizkid grew up in a large interfaith family, a Muslim father, a Christian mother, 12 sisters, different beliefs, different voices, but one environment, survival and discipline. He attended Ijebu-Ode Grammar School, but his real education was happening outside the classroom, through music, through culture, through legends like Fela Kuti, King Sunny Ade, Bob Marley. These weren't just artists, they were voices of identity. And without realizing it, Wizkid was absorbing everything. Little Prince, the early hunger. Before Wizkid, there was Little Prince. At just 11 years old, he was already recording music, not professionally, not perfectly, but passionately. He formed a group called the Glorious Five with his church friends, and they did something most kids never do. They released a collaborative album. It didn't blow, but that wasn't the point. It was proof of something deeper. He wasn't playing with music, he was building a future. Then came a major influence, O.J.B. Jezreel, a respected producer who did something unexpected. He stopped Wizkid from recording for a year, not to discourage him, but to make him observe and learn. Inside that studio, Wizkid watched legends like Tu Baba, Sound Sultan. He studied the process, the discipline, the craft. At 15, he was already being mentored by Nato C. This wasn't luck, this was preparation. The E.M.E. breakthrough. Everything changes. Wizkid signs with Empire Mates Entertainment, founded by Banky W. At the time, E.M.E. was one of the biggest music platforms in Nigeria, and Wizkid was the youngest voice in the room. He wasn't just signed, he was groomed. He featured on Omoge You Too Much. He worked with E.M.E. Abaga, Ikechukwu. But then, 2010 happened. Holla at Your Boy dropped, and suddenly, everything changed.
If you see me drive by, I like your mom. I got my swag, I like your mom.
Superstar, The Arrival. The album drops, Superstar. And it wasn't just music, it was a movement. The album blended Afrobeats, R&B, dancehall, reggae. Songs like Tease Me, Bad Guys, Don't Dull took over the streets, the clubs, the airwaves. He won Next Rated at the Headies 2011. And just like that, Wizkid became the face of a new era. Conflict, growth, and independence. Success came, but so did tension. Internal issues began within E.M.E. Money, control, direction. Wizkid eventually left the label, not with millions, not with comfort, but with something more powerful, freedom. He had already created Starboy Entertainment, his own label, his own vision, his own empire. This was no longer about being signed. This was about ownership. Global breakthrough. Then came the moment that changed African music forever. One Dance with Drake, #1 on Billboard, charted in over 15 countries, and for the first time, an Afrobeats artist entered Guinness World Records. This wasn't just a win for Wizkid, this was a win for Africa. Global collaborations and Grammy moment. Wizkid didn't slow down. He collaborated with Beyoncé, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber. Then came Brown Skin Girl, a cultural anthem, a celebration of Black identity, and it won a Grammy Award. That moment was bigger than music. It was representation. Made in Lagos, the global shift. Then came the masterpiece, Made in Lagos, a calm, intentional, deeply emotional project. And at the center of it, Essence, featuring Thames, the first Nigerian song to chart on the Billboard Hot 100. And with the remix featuring Justin Bieber, it became a global anthem. Afrobeats wasn't coming anymore. It had arrived. Legacy and continued dominance. From More Love, Less Ego to Mariah. Wizkid continues to evolve. Mariah, a deeply personal project dedicated to his late mother, and it broke streaming records across Africa. He didn't just stay relevant, he became timeless. The quiet king Wizkid doesn't shout. He doesn't chase trends. He doesn't beg for attention. He simply delivers. And because of that, he became a global icon, a cultural ambassador, a pioneer of Afrobeats. From Ojuelegba to the world, Wizkid didn't just rise, he changed the game, quietly,